Hello, everyone. This is Jacob Popio, the producer of The Apex. In this episode, Jan, RJ, and I talk about the 6 little stories with lots of meanings. This is story number 3.
Welcome, Apex Chasers, to another episode of the Apex Podcast. As always, I am your host, Jan Almasy, and today I'm not going to forget to introduce the other people in the studio with me. So, across me to the right-hand side is my co-host and partner in crime, Mr. RJ Holiday.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
I forgot that I was supposed to try to
Oh,
announce
this
it
was-
in different ways
This
every
was the
single
Russian
time.
episode?
Yes.
Whoops.
And then, seated to the left-hand side of me is our wonderful producer, Mr. Jacob Popio.
Hello.
So today is story number 3, and this is a story about hope. If you haven't listened to the other 2 episodes, go back, and these 6 I would recommend listening to in order. Any of the other episodes really are fine to listen to in whatever order you choose, but these kind of all play into each other really well.
Mhm.
So far we've addressed faith and trust. Today we're going to talk about hope. So here's the story. Every night we go to bed without any assurance of being alive the next morning. But we still set alarms to wake up. That's hope.
Hmm.
Let that sink in for a bit here.
Whether tomorrow comes or not, I still got bills to pay.
Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. So earlier on, the very first story that we told was about bringing an umbrella, right, to a prayer circle for rain, and how that's trust or faith. How that's faith. Faith and hope, I think, go very closely together. But I think there's one major difference, is that like faith is you actively doing something and believing that it's going to come to fruition. Hope is like almost a little bit more passive. Like faith is like you're doing something, praying for rain to come, and you're bringing the umbrella. Hope is like I hope to, the powers that be that I'm going to wake up tomorrow, because I have zero control over that once my eyes close.
So is it innately the control that makes the difference
It's the
between
control,
faith
I think,
and
that
hope?
makes the difference. Yeah, it's like faith is an active thing that you're doing. Hope is like a passive thing.
Well, no, I think it has to do with the knowledge. So if there's something like, if you know that something can happen, then you have faith in that it will happen. But like the guarantee that there is no tomorrow, that's just pure.
Yeah,
There's no amount of anything is going to change that if it's not coming.
Right. I could go into a deadly heart rhythm right now recording this episode and keel over, and you guys would have to start CPR. You know what I mean? Like second to second, life isn't guaranteed, and I see that all the time in the ICU.
Right.
But that hope, I think that if you read a book, it's called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Right?
Frankenstein?
No, not Frankenstein. Viktor Frankl.
Okay.
So he was in a concentration camp, right? And he wrote this book, Man's Search for Meaning. And one of the things that he talks about is how powerful like humor can be and how powerful hope is. That like even in the most dire of circumstances where you're like subhuman, like you're being treated as if you're not even human, you're cattle at like best.
Not just a piece of meat.
Scientific experiments are happening. People are dying in mass. Like there's all this crazy stuff going on, that hope can completely change what that feels like. If there's even a glimmer, like it keeps people going. So the fact that tomorrow isn't guaranteed, you can look at it as like, oh my God, tomorrow's not guaranteed. I can't leave my house because I'm terrified, and you get trapped. Or you can look at it, and as long as you have that hope innately inside of you, where you're like, I'm going to live tomorrow or every second to the maximum of its capacity, in hopes that there will be a tomorrow.
Yeah.
I might be completely off base there, but that's kind of like where my
I agree.
my
with that.
head is at, I guess. You look like you're contemplative there, Mr. Jacob.
Yeah.
What's rumbling around in that noggin?
Trying to think of I once heard somebody say that in the back of our mind, like we all know that we're going to die, but we never really face it. You know, it's very
Right.
easy to push that underneath
Because
the
it's scary.
the rug, you know. And I also heard somebody equate it to like an appointment. Everybody has that appointment set. We just don't know when it is. When it is set. And it's the only appointment that we cannot unschedule.
Hmm.
It's your appointment of death.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
That is
Unless you
odd.
bide your time until you
So,
turn yourself into a robot.
How,
Yeah.
if you know that you have that appointment set, how can you intertwine hope into that knowledge?
That there is already like a preset date kind of thing.
Yeah.
That you're gonna leave the planet.
Well, you have the hope by doing that doing everything in your power to elongate that and push it back as far as possible. That is, I mean, obviously there is a finite end point to you being on this planet,
Right.
but that, due to your choices in the
I was
situations you
gonna
put
say,
yourself in,
that's what I was about to say. I
can
think
be-
free will probably
can
plays
be
a
moved up
massive
rapidly.
piece into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because I know some people that are just like, if today's the day that I'm supposed to go, today's the day that I'm supposed to go, and then they climb a 50-foot ladder without a harness, kind of thing. And I'm like,
But I think a
You
lot
know?
of people that have that type of mentality, or majority of people, are the people that are already at the ends of their life. They've done the things
Yeah.
that they wanted to do. They've done the necessary preparations that their family and loved ones are set up for after they're gone, and they're kind of
Right.
content with everything that
Right.
they've done
Mhm.
throughout their life. Now, someone like me who's like, there's still a lot of stuff I want to see and do in my lifetime. Well,
Yeah.
what's going to make me feel better at the end of the day is taking care of myself, doing
Mhm.
everything that I can so that I'm not dying today or tomorrow, which sometimes that's out of your hands.
right,
But I'll do what I can to prevent what could kill me right now.
right,
But you also can do things, even if you're not doing things that are actively preventing you from dying right now, you can establish things of creating a legacy that lives on past you.
That's true too.
that's where I was going. That was literally the thought that was in my head that
So-
I was going to bring
so-
up next.
Live forever through
A
everyone
legacy.
else. Yeah,
Yeah,
legacy.
Yeah, so your legacy, and that's the hope that you are going to build. That
Your-
hope
'cause-
in others, and in
Mhm,
your legacy,
mhm.
and in your children, and in
Dude, I want to like stomp, stomp, clap, hallelujah, dance around that, because that premise right there,
Mm.
that building the legacy beyond the grave kind of thing, is like, when I read that, I thought about my grandpa's funeral.
Mhm.
Okay, when my grandpa died, and he's by no means a rich man at all. He was, a Marine Corps vet, a postman, and a mechanic. He raised 1, 2, 4, 6 or 7 kids, right, in a house.
Mhm.
Just humble guy, right? But his funeral, the calling hours were supposed to be from like 9 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. There were people there at 8 a.m. and they didn't close down until like 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
Hmm.
There were
Yeah.
so many people that came through that wanted to talk to us and like pay their tribute to him. And I remember being there that day and being like, this is what I want.
Mhm.
Because all of those people throughout his life, he gave them the hope that there were good people in the world
Yeah.
and that like we are capable of better things.
Yeah.
Like the hope that tomorrow comes is a great thing, but and building that personal faith and hope
Mhm.
within you as a person, I think is difficult to begin with.
Yeah.
But once you reach that point, I feel like it's almost your duty to go out and try to help other people reach that same path
I agree with that.
and to give them the hope that they are
Mhm.
capable of a better future for themselves. And then what ends up happening is over the course of your entire life, you impact hundreds of people.
Mhm.
If that's
Probably more people than you ever actually meet.
yeah,
'cause it just trickles down.
it moves out and stuff
Right.
like that. And that's the beautiful about this. I mean, the show and stuff like that is that we impact hundreds and now thousands of listeners because we are giving people hope.
Mhm.
Where, like, back to the Viktor Frankl thing, even in the darkest of circumstances, if you can give somebody a droplet of hope, it can completely change their situation.
Yeah.
So that's, I think this one is probably my favorite one that we've talked about so far,
Mm.
because I think that, like, building that legacy and giving other people permission to have hope
Yeah.
or to aspire to something or push themselves is
Oof.
super important.
Okay. So this is my spiel.
We have another lyric.
No,
Oh, no lyric this time? Okay. I'll try to
I
find
can
No.
find one.
Go on your spiel. I'll try to find one.
Oh no, I was going to do the outro because RJ kept on pointing to me like,
We're at time.
Oh,
That's what I was doing.
that's fine. Well, then we'll just edit this part
no,
out.
no
You do it
lyric.
again.
Okay. If you want to support us, there are 3 ways to do so. One is to donate to our cause at www.patreon.com/The Apex Podcast. Second, visit our merch line that is proudly partnered with Envision Clothing Company at envisionclothingcompany.com. Lastly, oh no, I forgot this time
No!
If you, the final thing that we ask is completely free.
too. Yeah.
If you know somebody that needs to hear our message, please share it with them.
Please subscribe and hope this pushes you toward your apex.
Till next time, everybody. Have a great day.